Welcome back to the Real Estate News. Joining me now is the lovely Geri Colucci with Equitable Property Management. So welcome, Geri, on this beautiful hot day of summer.
It is, but I'm glad to be here in the air conditioning.
Oh, right, absolutely. So we're talking about something that I think is so important today, and that is preparation, right? With regard to if you're going to put your home on the market, or if you've purchased a property that you're now planning to rent.
Right.
Don't just go fling it out there, right? There's very specific formulas that you need to follow to make sure that you hit the ground running and you're successful. So tell us about some of those formulas.
Well, one very important thing is to price the rental rate well, so that you're not overpricing and gouging people, but you're not underpricing and attracting people to a property when you could get more money. And we do that based on square footage, the condition of the house, the number of bedrooms, what houses are renting for in the area. So we do a very good job at putting together a good and reasonable rental rate.
Well, and now I want to talk about something else that seems to always come up when we talk about rentals, and that's pets.
Oh, so pets, yes.
How important is it to be clear on whether or not you're going to accept pets? Or do you have an opinion on whether you should or shouldn't?
You know, I tell owners that 60% of the U.S. population owns pets. So if they say no pets, they're only going to get 40% of the response rates. So we can be really pinpoint and say, okay, we only want a pet that's 20 pounds or less, we only want a cat, we only want a dog, we only want one pet, and we can work all those variables out before we put the property out there to rent. So we're only attracting the people who maybe only have one pet or no pets.
Well, and don't you think having that clarity ahead of time allows you to be very clear in your message so that you do get the right people? So you know, if you've decided you're going to have one cat, you're not going to have someone show up that's got 6 dogs and makes it a drama. Now, what about, let's talk in light of pets and everything else about the condition of properties. So,
well, you never get to make a first impression twice. So I tell owners who are just buying property that it really has to be in showing condition, meaning it has to be pristine, clean, including the carpets, has to smell nicely, so people come in and they feel welcomed and they can envision this as their home. And that is really, really important. If any repairs need to be done, get them done before you start showing the property and not say, oh, I'll do them after I get a tenant. You need to do it before the tenant arrives.
Well, and I think it's important to point out that, you know, you mentioned this when we were talking at the break, the tenant, this is their home. So it might be an investment property to you, but to them it's going to be their home. So it needs to reflect that. And then before we run out of time, what about safety issues? How important are those?
Well, the safety issues aren't many, except they are important, and the homeowner is responsible to make sure that all the electrical outlets work. We're not going to have smoke when we plug in a light, that we always have a fire extinguisher, God forbid, in case of emergency. That the air conditioning vents are checked and the vents that lead from the dryer out of the house are cleaned out, so we don't have a lot of lint. They're very common sense things, and we take care of those.
Well, and Geri, as always, you know, the one thing that's clear to me every time you come on the show is what an expert you are. So I think in this way, if you're going to rent your home, take advantage of your expertise, because it's just going to make you more money. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.